This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stock Box interview. Well, joining us today is Ben Turney, the CEO of Kavango Resources, following news that the company has initiated ground IP, that's induced polarization program, surveys at its Hillside Gold project, covering 4 prospects with the aim of using these surveys to guide an expanded drilling program. Well, thank you very much for joining us today, Ben. How are you? How are things in Zimbabwe?
Oh, they're great. It's very hot down here. There hasn't been much rain, so the country is very dry. But yeah, it's things are going very well for us with Kavango. So we're moving ahead at increasing speed.
Good. Well, let's talk about the IP surveys first of all. So you're conducting 16 kilometres of IP survey lines. Now, I know we've talked about these a little bit before on other projects with Kavango, but just refresh us on exactly what this IP survey will do, what its purpose is, how it will work, and how long it's set to go on for, all the details.
Well, it's a form of geophysics that we also use in the Kalahari Copper Belt. And basically what it does is it tracks mineralization, so metal sulfides. Now, we've got a slightly different model in the KCB, where the metal sulfides will be chasing, we hope, actual copper mineralization itself. So IP potentially could be quite a powerful tool for that when we come to do some of that a bit later this year. But in gold exploration, it's slightly different. IP doesn't actually pick up gold itself. However, what you often find with the emplacement of gold is that gold is associated with other metallic mineralization, such as pyrite. Now, with the drilling that we've just done recently, we've been able to observe a lot of sulfides in the holes that we've drilled, and we've been able to identify which structures those sulfides appear to be connected with. So the idea with the IP surveys for gold is that we look for the specific IP signatures from the sort of the different sections of the hole. We then tune the IP equipment to enable us then to look for those specific sulfides. And what we're hoping to do is to try and map from surface what amounts to a target area to follow up with future drilling. The basic idea is that if the gold is associated with sulfides, and if we are able to map those sulfides using the IP, that gives us an idea of what a potential ore body might look like. So it's really quite a powerful tool for us. It's very focused. We're only doing 16 line kilometres. That's all we need to do, because remember, these projects are quite small projects in terms of their overall surface area, because they're sitting on existing producing gold ore bodies. So what it's really doing for us, Mark, is it's putting us into a position that if the assay results come back and are as positive as we hope they'll be, then we've got some very clear ideas and direction to take in terms of future drilling.
And these assay results are from previous drilling, not recently completed?
No, it's from the recently completed. So we're just waiting now on our export permits for the samples. We're going to send the samples to an international laboratory in Johannesburg, because at the moment the facilities aren't quite there in Zim for what the standard, the level that we need. So so this is from the recent drilling that we've done.
Do you have any early signs? I mean, can you comment on what you've seen coming out the ground, the core, etc.? I know we've got to wait for official assays, but anything you've seen that's encouraging?
Well, as we've said in the announcement today, we're very encouraged by the visual inspection. So we've had Dave Cattrall down on site as well as Steve Smith. They've both done a comprehensive review. We've had Leon, who's our exploration manager, in the team. Yeah, they're very encouraged by what you can see with the naked eye. There's clearly a lot of sulfides in these holes, which is hopefully a very good sign. These very old Archean rocks that are about 2.6 billion years old, they've clearly been through a lot of alteration sort of experiences over their lifetime. So that is hopefully fertile ground for gold deposits. We've also run XRF as well. XRF is a great sort of quick and dirty exploration technique in the field. But in terms of looking for pathfinder elements and other sort of metallic elements that you can often associate with gold ore bodies in this part of the world, we're very encouraged by what we've seen so far. So we think it's looking good.
Okay, good stuff. And then the following plan would be to do further drilling. Is it correct? You've got an additional 1,400 meters of diamond drilling planned, and this would be based off of, or the IP will help you with your targeting. Is that right?
Well, we've actually drilled the 1,400 meters already, and then the future plans are actually a lot more extensive than that for Hillside. But before that, we're going to drill Nara. So we're just putting final preparation to our drilling at the Nara project, which is about 16, 17 kilometers away from Hillside. So we're moving the rig down there very shortly. We'll drill Nara first. By the time we finish drilling at Nara, we should have all the results that we need back from Hillside, and that will help guide our future drilling decisions at that project.
Excellent. And you have something going on with the Leopard Project as well. You're starting operations preparations at that project?
Yes, so Leopard is a bit more of a greenfields exploration play. It's next to a historic mine that produced at a phenomenal rate. It was something like half an ounce, it's 1 million ounces at half an ounce a ton, which is around about 16 grams a ton, if you can believe that. I mean, some of these historic mines in Zimbabwe are incredibly rich and have left behind sort of so much potential from a modern perspective. So we've got a project that surrounds that. It has quite a lot of artisanal activity on it, which again is hopefully an encouraging sign. There was a bit of a gold rush there 2 years ago, where sort of a lot of local smaller scale miners were very active in the area. It's never been tested using modern exploration. It's never been tested using modern drilling. So we're now in the process, now that we've got things really rolling down in our main project area, which is where Hillside and Nara are, we're now focusing on our second area, which has Leopard North and Leopard South. We're focusing in the first instance on Leopard South, and hopefully we'll be able to get the program moving there in the next couple of weeks.
Excellent. Well, it sounds like lots of activity, Ben, going on with Kavango. So in terms of what's to come, just thinking about, the next few weeks, maybe, of course, we've got assay results and further news on getting active on some of the ground there.
Well, we've got more than that as well. We've also got the dump results to come in from the Nara drilling that we completed at the end of last year. So those hopefully will be ready very soon. We're very encouraged by the potential for near-term revenue generation that project offers. And then, of course, let's not forget Botswana. We've got the data through from the airborne surveys that we flew. That's now with Jeremy and Hilary and the guys. They're working very closely with Dave Cattrall on planning our next steps. We'll almost certainly follow up with some ground geophysics there once we have our target areas, so that we can focus in on some very specific target zones for us to drill. And drilling then due to start as soon as we can. So yeah, there's a lot coming up from Kavango. We've been a little bit in the doldrums over the last few months as we've not had so much to report, but there is a lot right around the corner.
Well, thank you very much for giving us that update today, Ben Turney, the CEO of Kavango Resources.
Brilliant. Thanks for having me, Mark.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stopboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.